Kentucky. Demonstrations are continuing following the grand jury's verdict there today. We'll have an update from the ground coming up in just a minute. So the question is, when all the police are gone, and that is the goal, that's the stated goal of BLM, where will the rest of us be? And who will replace them exactly? Well, the city of Seattle has thought about this, maybe more than anyone else, and this week delivered an answer. We learned that Seattle began paying $12,500 a month to a pimp called Andre Taylor. Pimp Taylor boasts that he can communicate with, quote, gang members, pimps, and prostitutes who won't sit down with anyone else. Seattle Mayor Jenny Durkin, probably the worst mayor ever. I don't know. She and de Blasio in the running for it. She says she's proud of the deal. She says the pimp's lived experience is invaluable. You know, pimps. The ones who beat hookers with coat hangers. It's valuable experience. In 2016, for
Facts.
example, the pimp vowed to, quote, go to war with Seattle after police shot and killed his brother. So are pimps the solution the rest of us have been searching for, but couldn't quite articulate?
Just put clown makeup on this guy and put a wig on.
Possible. Jason Rantz hosts a radio show in Seattle, and he joins us tonight. Jason, thanks for coming on. So pimps are the answer to Seattle's future.
Well, clearly, that's not your go-to solution when dealing with civil unrest and crime. Oh, no, because you're not a crazy person. And yet in Seattle, we decided to give this kind of power to someone, and this is directly from the actual contract. He's supposed to offer expertise and support services in de-escalation and alternatives to policing. This is someone who at the time of CHOP was out there trying to communicate and come up with deals for people to give up on CHOP so they can get up to $1 or $2 million going into sort of nebulously defined community service groups that could help address some of the problems. He said he was going to be the go-between. That failed, but it sounds like he's actually been rewarded with this $150,000 contract. So where you screw up in Seattle, you get a little bit of a leg up. All these rap lyrics talk about how so hard it is to be a pimp. It turns out all you have to do is come to Seattle.
But I'm confused. I mean, pimping is human trafficking. That's what human trafficking is. When we say we're against human trafficking, we're saying we're against pimping. It's selling other people. So now the city of Seattle has endorsed human trafficking? I mean, this seems like a big change. Or maybe not.
So it's not that big of a change. Now, he's an ex-pimp, so I guess you have to go to ex-pimps for this kind of issues, even though we have a prolific offender problem. But there was a controversy just a few months ago in which the SPD had come out and said, we're actually going to start making arrests of prostitutes and then their pimps. And the council went insane because you're not supposed to go after sex workers. It's like a protected class. So in Seattle, like so many other progressive cities, they take a very evolved look at this trade. It is really, really bizarre.
We say we're for women, but we degrade motherhood. We elevate prostitution and pimping.
True.
We sanctify abortion. It doesn't sound like we're really for women, does it?
No, it's not for women at all. Again, there's so many people who like to virtue signal. It's the appearance of being for women. It's the appearance of being for people of color. However, we just fired 100 police officers. We're getting ready to fire 100 police officers, and we're running other cops out of town. And yet again, we're now normalizing.
Yeah, human trafficking in Seattle. Jason Rantz, great to see you tonight. Thank you.
Good to see you, Tucker.
So we're hiring pimps, getting rid of the cops, hiring human traffickers. Mark Stein, one of the very few people on television who has the whole sweep of history in mind as he assesses the present. So we're happy to have him